When I Fall in Love, Maitland Maidens, Book 5, written by Cora Lee, narrated by Philip Battley. Chapter 1. Kent, August 1816. Sylvie Devereaux sat in her usual place on the brown sofa, lightly rubbing the worn spot on the arm. Her grandparents occupied the wooden chairs on either side of the fireplace, where a small fire burned to try to combat the unusual chill. The low red light of the evening sun filtering through the windows wasn't quite bright enough to see by any more, so Sylvie had lit the oil lamp on the table beside her, hoping to get some mending done before she went to bed. Her fingers lingered on the lamp a moment, the smooth metal cool to the touch for a few moments before it began to warm. This particular lamp had been a rather costly wedding gift to her grandparents from both their families, the result of numerous relatives pooling what they could spare to purchase something truly beautiful and useful. Sylvie's grandparents had brought it with them when they emigrated from France, a symbol of the family they left behind and the hope they cherished for their future. Was this the future they had envisioned? "How does the field look, grand-père?" It was a topic they had discussed at least once each day during the growing season, usually in this fashion around the fireplace or while they ate supper. For as long as Sylvie could remember, grand-père would inevitably talk about the height of the wheat, the colour and the strength of the stalks, or a myriad of other tiny but important details that signalled the health of their crop. But this season had been different. This weather had been different. His silence stretched out so long that Sylvie put down her needle and looked up at her grandfather. His eyes had met his wife's, his mouth turned down into a hard frown that didn't ease when he finally answered. "Not good, ma chérie. We may not have much of a crop this year." Not a surprise, and yet wholly surprising all at the same time. Sylvie had been half expecting this bit of news for the past several weeks now, but to hear her grandfather say it aloud was like a physical blow to her chest. "Still too wet," her grandmother added, returning to her own sewing. "The kitchen garden has been struggling all summer too." Sylvie had noted the lack of production in the kitchen garden herself, trying to find enough produce to eat with each meal. There was never enough, and what was growing was undersized and slow to ripen. Grand-père nodded. "And too cold. Wheat doesn't like a great deal of heat, but it needs some warmth." "And sun." Sylvie pressed her lips together, recalling the abnormally high number of dark, rainy days they'd had this year. Even this...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?